Hello everyone, I'm Anna Kirchner.
And I'm Mary Kuznetsova.
And this is What's Your Superpower
Superpower.
podcast. So we have been having a little bit of break, but now we're back. And we were thinking just to talk about what we did in the summer. So a little bit of recap. So what exciting projects did you do, Mary?
Oh my gosh. Well, the first one, so it was really nice. It was a dream role. I've always wanted to play a vampire.
Oh, I love vampires.
It was called The Last Bite. We shot in Chateau Tivoli in San Francisco. It was absolutely gorgeous venue. If you get a chance, go check it out. If you can afford to stay there, definitely stay there. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I actually got a chance to reshoot there, so it was really fun. And that was just amazing. Check it out. Stay tuned for The Last Bite. And then I went to Japan, which was a little bit of work and pleasure. It was I did 6 photo shoots out there. And then I'm going back in October, so maybe doing some filming out there as well. And then also balancing it with a break in Napa. So I was actually there for a runway show. It was a huge show. It was a really big endeavor, but it was nice to be able to stay up there and just have some relaxation time and, just remembering to take care of yourself. I definitely don't prioritize that enough. And this is a reminder to myself, to you, to others, just to really take the time to take care of yourself and rest so that you can continue to do the work that you really want to do,
Yeah, so this is actually our topic today, to talk about knowing your boundaries and knowing when to stop, which is like a huge superpower to have. And I think here in California and in America in general, it's really hard for people not to overwork themselves. So me coming from Europe, it's easier for me not to work too much and enjoy life and being a full-on hedonist as I am.
Well, you work very hard.
Yes, I am.
You work very hard, but I think you're also very good at balancing the two, which can be, again, very difficult. So, but again, we'll get into that later. But I want to hear about your trip and what you've been doing this summer.
Yeah, so this summer, our latest Women and Business magazine came out. Again, a very pretty one. So check it out. You can also order the print if you're interested. It's very beautiful. It's one of my favorite photos in there. It's filled with my photos as usual. And we are already working on our next issue, which will come out in October. So this was a big thing. This came out in July. And I was also on holiday at Lake Tahoe. That was my first time at Lake Tahoe. It was really, really beautiful. And also a tiny trip to Santa Barbara and Los Angeles. So yeah. And also I really love reading books. So this is one of my self-care, to lie in the garden and read books.
I'm curious what book you read.
So I'm really crazy about like true crime. So yes, and crime in general. So I have favorite crime writers. For example, Karen Slaughter. So she has this very interesting series about medical examiner. Her name is Sarah something Trenton, I think. And she kind of, tried to figure out crime with the help of the police officers in Atlanta.
Amazing. I'm gonna have to check it out now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So what I really like about these books, that of course there is like the investigation part, but also the characters are very, very interesting, and there is always like a little bit of love in it, and also politics and about the actual the questions in society as well. So poverty, the role of women. So it's very complex.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm already enticed. I'm like, I need to go to Barnes & Noble and check this out, or go on Amazon or something. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Do you like
You'll
to
have
read?
to send me the link.
I will.
I love to read. And
Yeah.
then you said I'm more of an Agatha Christie kind
Oh,
of
I
girl
love her,
in terms of,
yes.
she's just like classic. I
Yeah.
love it, but I also
Me
love
too.
what was it?
I love your nails.
Oh, thank you so
So
much.
cute.
Thank you. The Only Nails. Check them out. Have to show everyone.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Thank you. Gel, I love these.
Yeah.
I'm a brand ambassador, so if you want 10% off, just use Mary.
Yeah.
Same with you guys. And then what else? Yeah, I love Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
What am I reading right now? I think right now I'm reading I'm always in between books.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah, me too.
the 48 Laws of Power.
Oh wow.
Which is, I know, like really it's a really good
Exciting.
read. It's empowering.
Yeah.
It's,
And is it about like mental power or
Yeah.
emotional or everything?
everything
power?
kind of all in one, and just overall mindset and approaching the world, and it's really I think you should read it and just check
Definitely.
it out. I think it would help everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's beneficial for everyone. Yeah. And yeah.
I think as a woman you need to get as much power as you can get.
That's so
Or
true.
actually we do have power, we just need to be able to realize it and use it as well. Because I think in our society we are like so used to just like follow orders and let men do their thing, but actually we are very important, so we should do that for ourselves and stand up for ourselves.
Men came from us.
Exactly.
But also like what you said is knowledge is only power if you know how to use it.
Yes.
Or when you use it.
Yeah.
And yeah, just remembering that, and that's why read, it's really important.
Yes.
And education is also empowering, but also it's kind of one of those books where like you already knew that, but it's good to have that reminder. Like you just needed that kind of like, oh right, like just a reminder of yourself, to yourself. And when you're reading, it's self-talk, because you're reading to yourself, so it's in your head, so you're literally talking to yourself and saying these words that are empowering, which will it's just a full circle, full cycle, and I think it's really helpful.
Yeah. There is another book which I just finished recently. It took me a long time, because if it's not an investigation then it takes longer
It's
to
like,
read.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to have the
And it was written by a divorce lawyer about how to make sure that you don't end up in his office. And it's called that if you're in my office, it's already too late.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard that.
He's so good.
Oh my gosh.
He's so good. He also have all these talks on YouTube, and he's in every podcast really. And he's just really fun, the way he talks about love and marriage, and it's very, very interesting actually. So for me, what was like the most interesting part is, and I totally agree with, is that actually you should raise, if you have children, you should raise them as if there would be a joint custody. So there should be like 1 week you're responsible for the kid, the mom is responsible, the other week the dad, or if there are 2 moms, 1 person and the other person, so that always one parent has time to recharge and recover. And this way the kids can have you at your best all the time, because
and sharing both parents. The kids have both parents, and it's important that, you know, like set gender roles aside. It's like if you're a parent, you're a parent. Like I don't even have kids, but it's like, okay, it took 2 to make you, so it's, you know, it's an ongoing thing. It's not just I mean, hope again, if everyone's alive, healthy, everything like that, I don't know anyone's situation, but if everyone's there and accounted for, then they have a responsibility to raise the child too. And again, you need rest, like you need to take care of yourself, and it usually does fall on the mom, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the mom usually is the go-to person.
Yeah.
And it's hard and exhausting. While it's rewarding and exciting and nice and amazing and like comforting, I guess, it's also like, oh my God, like you're a businesswoman.
Yeah.
You have your own business to run. You have your clients. You have yourself too that you need to take care of in order to attend to all of those things. Not even like let alone a house to take care of.
We have a cleaning robot now. I highly recommend a cleaning robot. So
and again, like I don't like, I want kids, of course, someday, but that's not even, I don't have that, like that's not happening yet. So that's just, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. So yes, I'm glad that it's divided and that you promote that.
Yeah, I definitely promote that. And it's very funny because I usually work on weekends. I have my photo sessions on the weekends because in this way my husband can take care of the kids and I have my whole day for myself, because I really love to give time for my clients. I don't want to rush anyone, so I don't want to run back to the kids, for bathing time or dinner or whatever. So it's everything my husband's responsibility. And it's so funny when I tell these two clients and they say, oh wow, they're with their dad, and I'm like, yeah. Like, of course they are. Yeah.
Who else
so
would they be with?
This should be normal that dads take care of their own children. So it's like, it shouldn't be a surprise in my opinion. And this is just like back to our topic. So as a mom and as a woman, you really need to know when to stop. And once a really good friend of mine told me that actually as a mother, it's your responsibility to take care of yourself.
Yes.
And to be mentally stable and stable and able. And I think it's so easy to have all these mental problems as a mom when you don't sleep enough and when you don't take care of yourself and recharge. So take care of yourself.
Postpartum depression is a thing.
Yes.
It's a thing. It's real, and it needs to be attended to, I think there's an awareness, but maybe a lack of empathy, at least in this country. I don't know about, I don't know, what I've seen in Europe, it's just vastly different, and the amount of care that goes into women, but that's another topic for discussion.
Unfortunately, it's not that different. So you would think it from an American perspective, it looks like heaven because for example in Hungary, where I'm from, mom can stay at home with their kids for 3 years, which is insane because if you don't work for 3 years, there's no way back really. So I don't recommend that. But then again, childcare is free in Hungary, and in a lot of part of Europe it's free or much cheaper than here. And also people don't work more than 8 hours a day, sometimes only 6 hours a day. When I was a child in the 80s, my mom only worked 4 hours a day, so she could easily pick us up from daycare and take care of us. But so it looks like really good from this perspective. But on the other hand, moms still have to do everything. And because the salaries are lower, talking about Hungary, moms have to work because one income is not enough. So most of the time, it happened to my mom as well, that she had to work later on full time, and also took care of us by herself because my father was a surgeon in the hospital all the time. So
gosh, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Surgeon and a clinical psychologist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So that's just wow.
Yeah.
And still, but again, and I think your mom would agree as a clinical psychologist, my mom too, like mental health, prioritizing mental health.
Yes.
Take breaks, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is this motivational speaker lady, maybe you heard of her. I think her name is Mel Robbins or something like that. And I really like some of her videos because it's like short and sweet, but it's also very easy to remember. And one of her videos, she's talking about that you should take care of yourself because no one else will.
Yeah.
And I think as women, it's especially important because we tend to take care of everyone else. It's like our kids, or a partner, or pets.
Parents even.
Parents, grandparents sometimes when you're lucky and they are still around. So, and you got lost in the way. And I think that's very important to step up for yourself. So I got this question a lot that, oh my God, you have small kids and you still have your career. And I always say that, oh, thank you.
Yes.
I always say that I don't have a choice because I love what I do. I'm very, very passionate about photography. I really enjoy what I do. And I really enjoy making a magazine because I think it's so cool to be able to have my own magazine. So I don't really have a choice because what's the alternative would be that I sit in the kitchen, take care of the kids, wash and clean and cook. Or I can be an artist and still do the cooking and cleaning, but it's very important to me to have an identity.
Yeah, it's following your passions, it's going after, it's bringing what's in your soul to life.
Yeah.
And to not do that is a disgrace and a dishonor to yourself.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, like of all people. And again, it's your life. It's you, whoever, me, everyone. I tell people all the time, like, don't listen to anyone.
Yeah.
Like just don't listen, you know. Even I love my parents, even your parents sometimes. Your teachers, your mentors, sometimes, like, yes, they will tell you what's best for you or say like, hey, just because they've seen you, they know you. So sometimes it is in your best interest to listen. But those times where you really know in your heart and soul, like, I need to do this.
Yeah. And critical thinking is very important. So, for example, I went to an art academy and I was taught by a lot of different artists, right? And every artist had a different mindset. And one of the first artists that taught me, he was a documentarist photographer when he was like photographing on the streets, so nothing to do with fashion, it's more about like documentarism. And he told us that don't be a professional photographer because then you won't be able to photograph what you want. You have to photograph what people are paying for. And there is some truth to it. But then, luckily, I met my other mentor. This was a man, and then I met a woman, Luca, who was a professional photographer, and a professional photographer, a commercial photographer, and an artist at the same time. So she did both, and she told us immediately, I think at the first session with her, that yes, if you want to be a photographer, be a photographer. The secret is that you have to work, that you have to give, I think she said like 200% or 300%, which is not weird in California, but in Europe it's a big thing. So here everyone try to gives their 300%, but in Europe it's a big thing to work that much. And she said work for free first, or work very cheap and deliver amazing results. So work as hard as you can, and then you can succeed. And it was her who referred me to my first job working at a modeling agency. So she started my career.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying that critical thinking, if I would listen to the first artist and not even try, right? and both of them has some truth to it, right?
Mhm.
Because obviously in my commercial work I cannot do like amazing art, but that's not the complete truth,
Mhm.
because sometimes magic absolutely happens. So I meet a lot of clients I can create artistic photos with.
Yeah.
Obviously not everyone, because sometimes it's just a beautiful headshot and nothing more, but sometimes it's much more, and it's magic for both of us.
Mhm.
So I absolutely have artistic moments in my work
Oh, absolutely.
on a daily
Your art
basis.
oh
Yeah.
my God, your portfolio is so diverse and so beautiful. And you do deliver what the clients need for
Yes.
their portfolio and for what have you, the professional headshots, etc. But also, I mean, you've been published in so many different magazines for beautiful high fashion. And it's, I mean, it could be used for a professional headshot, but to me, like, these are beautiful works of art that you're creating, and it's not easy either. And you also show the experience through years of work that's gone into it.
Yeah.
through
20
each shot.
years
It's
this
just,
year.
oh my gosh, just
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you
truly.
so much. But I think it's similar in modeling, right? As well. So you do the commercial modeling and you do the artistic modeling as well.
Everything.
Yeah.
And everything I was like, I want to meet your mentor because I love
Oh,
her and
yeah.
she sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely free work. So many photo shoots.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's free, and it's like, yeah, it's hard, but those are some of my favorite shoots too. Because everyone is coming in there with their all, and they're putting everything they have into it, whether it's resources, whether it's money, time, energy, etc.
And experience.
Yes, and experience.
And also their art.
Exactly.
This is how we met.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how you meet people, that's how you collaborate, how you network, how you build portfolios, how you challenge yourself. I mean, so many shoots I've walked away and I'm like, okay, that's not what I was expecting. I was not maybe prepared for that, but we did it, and we created something incredible and beautiful and amazing. And at the end of the day, that's all I need, and I'm just proud of that. And you carry that with you to other shoots.
Yes.
And then sometimes it's like, hey, there's this paid shoot and they're doing that, and it might be a little difficult or scary, daunting, or something that other models are like terrified to do. Like, they're like, no, I don't want to do it, I'm uncomfortable, it might not be safe. And I'm like, let's do this. I've done it before, no big deal, a little stretch.
Yeah, but you also do martial arts, so you're pretty safe, because you can just like
try. Always take care of yourself though.
Yes.
If you don't feel comfortable on set, make sure to say something. That's another thing I will say.
And you can leave.
Yes.
So you can leave anytime. That's what my father told me, that no matter what's going on, you can always say no, and you can always leave.
Mm-hmm. If it's paid, and especially if it's not paid, always say no if you're uncomfortable. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, this is so nice.
Yeah.
I missed you. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's been a good summer though. It's been a full summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're back now.
Yes.
So,
back in action.
Follow for more.
Yes.